So we have got some elite level trash talk from JaMarr Chase, and we got to talk about it after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You got to help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kin folks? RJ Young. I'm not on step milk. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, wow, the same day, Patrick Queen decided to talk noise about Oklahoma's offense and how they're going to dominate the OU offense. Same offense that has put up 554 yards offense a game. The same offense that has a 3,600 yard passer and a 1,200 yard rusher who is the same man. The same offense that needs Kennedy Brooks to go for like 35 yards to get to 1,000 yards rushing. The same offense that has Biletnikoff Award finalists CeeDee Lamb on the outside. They're talking mad noise. Patrick Queen going to get everything he wants on Saturday at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. But then, after number 8 got done talking his trash, we have JaMarr Chase getting on the podium talking about, yo, I've seen these cornerbacks. I've seen these defensive backs. They have tight hips. They're kind of fast. But if they put their hands on me, I'm going to put my hands on them. And I really want them to do that so I can show them what's up. Now, to JaMarr Chase's credit, he is the Biletnikoff Award winner, which is given annually to the nation's top wide receiver. He has 73 catches, 1,498 yards, 18 tutties. My man coming out of Harvey, Louisiana is that dude. But he also was talking mad noise in Parnell Motley. And Parnell Motley, 4 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, 1 interception, 11 pass breakups, right? At one point, was one of the best cornerbacks in the country in advanced statistics according to Pro Football Focus and how they're scouting college football cornerbacks. Now, Parnell Motley's career has been up and down at OU. He went from being nicknamed by me Air Traffic Control Motley as a sophomore to a bad junior year to this now. He's had an outstanding year, specifically the last 5 weeks. Since the first week of November, dude has been playing lights out, all right? He comes up with the big, maybe pass interference interception to stop a 2-point conversion that people want to keep telling me it's not an interception because it was stop of a 2-point conversion, but I don't care because he picked off the ball, and I watched in the game. If you're watching the game, you know that he picked off the ball too. And then, dude comes back with another huge game against Texas Christian, another huge game against Baylor, another huge game against Baylor where he took Denzel Mims off the board in the Big 12 championship, right? Because that's the part of that game that people really just miss. Because Jalen Hurts was good, the defense was better, but Parnell Motley coming up with the big forced fumbles, man. He's awesome this year. I can't wait to see this matchup. Because all the smoke, all the gas that LSU has been talking. They have ordered the rat poison in bulk. They bought it in bulk from Costco. They are eating all the rat poison the last couple of weeks because they're 13.5-point favorites. They're the number 1 team in the country according to the College Football Playoff Selection Committee, who, ranks these kinds of things, right? They have Joe Burrow. They have the Heisman winner. Joe Burrow Stadium in Athens, Cincinnati, gonna take him number 1. I don't think they should take him number 1 because the generational talent is Chase Young, but that's a different argument altogether. They also have the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award, Grant Delpit at safety, and the best true freshman in America, according to me, Derek Stingley at wideout. But Ed Orgeron said earlier Friday morning, we are not going to just put a safety over the top of D1 CeeDee Lamb. We're going to have to man him up because we can't allow Jalen Hurts to just operate back there on the other side of the field. I think that's a smart strategy. I also think that you're going to have to mix up looks because Lincoln Riley is the play caller. Been asked this, how does OU win this game? Okay? First, you have to get stops. Forget turnovers. Turnovers and takeaways, we know those are elusive and those are kind of happenstance, and when they happen because they're getting the ball on the ground, they're just not picking it up. But you have to get stops. You have to get off the field on 3rd down. And how would you do that against this offense? Well, without Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I'm calling it, ain't going to play. You got Ty Davis-Price, who is really good. Chris Curry can carry the load, and John Emery was a prize recruit coming out of high school. Now, I understand Joe Burrow has passed for 4,700 yards, but I want him throwing the football this Saturday if I'm OU's defensive coordinator, if I'm Alec Grinch. Why? Because I make him one-dimensional. And I would say to my secondary, hey, this is your game. We're going to try to get a pass rush. We're going to try to get in the backfield. We're going to stop the run, and we're going to force them to throw the ball. If we force them to throw the football, we also can force them to stop the clock with incompletions. We stop the clock with incompletions. We get the ball back to our offense, who's going to run the ball, control the clock, and we all know what Jalen Hurts can do in the run game. We know what Kennedy Brooks can do in the run game. We hope TJ Pledger lives up to that billing of the number 4 all-purpose back coming out of the 2018 class and one of the All-Americans in the 2018 class. You also hope Jeremiah Hall can help you out, run the ball just a little bit, and then you'll be able to stretch the field with CeeDee Lamb, with Charleston Rambo. Lee Morris, I think, can eat over the middle against Jacoby Stevens, and if they want to match him up with outside linebackers, that's fine. Creed Humphrey's going to have to do an outstanding job against Tyler Shelvin, but they got 309, 310-pound defensive ends out there just eating people up, so the offensive line is going to get everything they want and then some. R.J. Proctor better come to play at left tackle, because if he can't hold it down, it's going to be a long day for Oklahoma. But defensively, force them to throw the ball, get off the field on third down, get the ball back to the offense. If you control the ball, you control the clock, you have an opportunity to win this football game. Look at Baylor, which has an outstanding defense. What did Oklahoma do well? They held the football. 36 minutes and 36 seconds, they held that ball, okay? They also got stops. They got outstanding play from their defensive line. And whenever Oklahoma's defense has got outstanding pass rush, they played outstanding defense, right? The two go hand in hand. The safeties will fit. You need Justin Broyles to forget that he's a converted corner, to forget that he's the backup safety, and to play like an All-American, because they're going to take shots at him early and often. I get that Justin Broyles talks a lot of noise, talks a lot of trash, and we expect him to be amped up and ready to go because he's going to be in people's grills. But if you don't get a pass rush, you cooked, okay? Jalen Redmond has to be a manimal. There is no Ronnie Perkins to help you out in this game. He has to kick it up and put it down. Mark Stripling has to be a manimal. He has to get off the people, and he has to get into the backfield. You need Neville Gallimore to play like the kind of guy that wants to get vaulted into the first round as a defensive tackle draft pick. You have to crush in that offensive line. Because if you can't crush in that offensive line, you can't make Joe Burrow fear for his life, and you let him just sit back there and operate with that Charlie's Angels trio of wide receivers, you're going to get cooked. Justin Jefferson up against Buki is the best that you can hope for, because then you're going to end up with Moss against Buki, and you don't want that, right? You end up with Pat Fields against Moss. You don't really want that either, but that's just what you're going to get, and that's how you're going to have to attack him. You're going to have to take away the slot. Because if you take away the slot, you force that ball to go to the outside and spill, and you can get help over the top if you're playing 2 deep, right? But I think if you're playing single high, as many people think that they are going to play, you're going to have to man up. You're going to have to force people outside. You're going to have to not let them get their free releases, push them to the boundary, make the boundary your defensive guy, make it your 12th guy on the field, 13th guy on the field, however you want to phrase it. And that's how you can win, all right? Run the football. But it's not as if Lincoln Riley doesn't run 50% pass plays and 50% run plays. It's that Jalen Hurts turns pass plays into run plays, all right? Which is fine in this game because you want to take the air out of it. Going to be outnumbered 7-1 if you're an OU fan. It's going to be a hostile environment for Oklahoma fans and Oklahoma football players. Game is in SEC country. I understand that Lincoln Riley doesn't think that the pride of the Big 12 is on display here against the SEC, but that's exactly how we feel about it, right? You want the Big 12, and particularly Oklahoma, the crown jewel of the conference, to show up against the SEC championship winner and go get a W. Because I know that a lot of people are tired of hearing the SEC fans' mouth. It's nothing worse than hearing 7-5 Texas A&M try to why are y'all caping for LSU? Y'all got hung out to dry 50-7. What are you doing? And yet and still got Bama fans that are pulling for Jalen Hurts, also caping for LSU. Got Georgia fans that are caping for LSU. Got Florida fans that are caping for LSU. What you got at Oklahoma? Texas fans, they true and root for Oklahoma. Baylor fans kind of sort of rooting for Oklahoma, right? Kind of sort of. And the same way that I think that Baylor can pull off the upset against Georgia, but that's another discussion altogether. But yes, JaMarr Chase going to get everything he's asking for. He wants hands put on him. Hands going to be put on him. Okay? Okay? Now, Parnell Motley, he invited to the East-West Shine game. He has an opportunity to shut down the nation's Biletnikoff Award winner. There is no better bullet point on your resume if you're trying to get drafted into the NFL, Mott. This is the game for you. Show out for the district. Show out for the Sooner State. Show out for your people. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.